from the Parts Unknown Studios.
You've entered the battleground. Battleground! The battleground! Battleground! The battleground!
Welcome to the Battleground Podcast, your place for all things pro wrestling.
Battleground! The battleground! Battleground! The battleground!
Now making their way to the microphones, give it up for your hosts.
Welcome to the battleground.
Welcome, everyone, to the Battle Gals Podcast, the lady part of the Battleground Podcast, where we discuss all things women's pro wrestling. And joining me today, you know her from the podcast Rest Friends and YouTube channel of the same name. Say hello to my favorite rest friend, Iridian. Hey, girl.
Hey, Queen, how are you?
Oh, I am good. How are you? What is happening in Chicago?
Oh, girl, it is starting to get warm, and I'm so ready for summer already.
Me
I'm
too.
vaccinated and ready to go.
Woo! We vaxxed, we ready.
Yes.
Which, speaking of, my husband and I went to our first restaurant experience over the weekend, and it was very intimidating. But after a draft beer, which I haven't had in over a year, I was good.
Yes. Oh, girl, I bet a beer can make anything feel better.
Oh yes, it's like, oh yeah, this is great, this is fine. And then today I went to back to my yoga studio, so now I'm balanced as well. So things are coming together.
Things are starting to get back to a little bit of how they were, and it's just nice to see.
Yes, and I can't wait for whenever the day comes that we can go to wrestling events, live events.
Yes.
I'm so ready.
I'm almost booking the flight to Tennessee right now.
Right? Yes, exactly. And I want you and Lo to come over for dinner as well.
Oh, you have to cook for us, Lana.
Yes.
We drool over all of your Instagram posts.
When I look back at them, I do. Which, speaking of Lo, we can't forget about Lo. She couldn't be here today, but Lo from Wrestling Wind Down, shout out to her. We miss her, but she is here in spirit.
She's here, literally.
Yes.
Literally in spirit.
Yes, I feel her presence.
As we speak.
Yes. So first things first, I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping. We've got a contest going on Twitter right now for a chance to watch Impact's pay-per-view this weekend, Under Siege. To enter, all you have to do is follow at Battleground IHR, follow at Fight TV, and reply to the tweet with the match you want to see the most. So just head on over to Twitter right now on the Battleground page. Under Siege is Saturday night, and there's some really good matches happening. The main event, I believe, is Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Eddie Edwards and Finn Juice. You've got that, and then you've got a 6-way title eliminator. They're going to find the number one contender to go against Kenny Omega for the title, so that should be fun. Also, Battleground merch is now available on whatamaneuver.net, as well as our friends at Rest Friends merch.
Ooh, you can just find all of us over there.
That's right. All in one place. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, baby onesies. Just head on over there and check it out. So, today, Erie and I are going to discuss the women's matches at BlackLash, which is this Sunday, WWE, only on Peacock. And this is the first time they've tagged on the WrestleMania name to BlackLash, which is very interesting to me. What do you think about that?
It caught me off guard because, we're just so used to Backlash, right? And now to add the WrestleMania Backlash, I guess it makes a little bit more sense now that I see the kind of matches that they're having. It's a lot of what we saw at WrestleMania and a lot of the people who were having WrestleMania matches. So I guess I'm not surprised. It's just a little weird.
It's very weird. It's like, is this a sequel, And I was wondering maybe because since it's on Peacock, they're trying to put some more hype behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not as exciting as WrestleMania.
Oh, definitely not. No.
No. So, yeah, well, I thought that was real interesting. But first up, we've got Bianca Belair versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title. Yes. What are your thoughts on this? Your feelings?
I am so in love with Bailey right now. At first, her character, like I wasn't really sure about it, but she's really grown on me. I think she's really, come into herself as this like cocky, like intimidating, like woman. And the chemistry that she's got with Bianca is so amazing. I'm so entertained anytime they're both in the ring. And these past fights that they've been having on SmackDown, I'm just for it. Like I wish I was able to be there to see this fight.
Oh yeah, me too. For a long time, I guess when Bailey had the title, I just was not a fan. I'm like, I can't stand her, but she's doing her job as a heel, so I
Yeah.
need to respect that, and I'm learning to respect that. But like when over on Friday night when she was throwing shade, throwback SmackDown, I was like,
Yes.
okay, this is hilarious. Like I'm here for it. Make it funny, make it fun. And at first, I was like, this seems like I don't know if it's too obvious of a competitor for Bianca, but, she's not going to win. Bailey's not going to win this. I think we
Oh, yeah.
can all agree on that.
She's definitely not taking it, but
Yeah.
I feel like this is probably gonna be such a great match. I feel like it could be maybe the match of the night because
Mm-hmm.
Bianca just works so well with everyone, and Bailey as this heel, I'm so looking forward to see what else she can do because I know after Bianca, she's gonna have to go back to Sasha at some point,
Oh, oh,
right? They're
yes.
gonna have to bring that back. I'm
Oh,
surprised it's not an actual rematch like for WrestleMania Backlash.
right. Yeah. And the fact that Bailey held the title for so long, um, Bianca winning this match is going to make her just look even more strong. And
Yeah.
it's going to set Bailey up in a better position for a stronger storyline, getting back in the ring and ditch all the ding dong stuff, you know?
You don't like the ding dong stuff?
I liked the ding dong stuff. I mean, she can keep doing it. I'm here for it. I mean, it's silly, but I think it's hilarious
I
too.
mean, if you
So,
don't like it, she can ding dong ditch it.
yes. Yes, looking forward to that. And here's I know there's only a couple so far of women's matches on Sunday. And here's my segue between the SmackDown and the Raw segments. According to Ringside News, Becky Lynch signed her contract not too long ago.
Oh
Are
my
we going to see her
God.
this time?
I would freak out. Okay. Like, I'm actually,
Mm-hmm.
as we are recording this right now, I'm wearing a Becky Lynch shirt. So
Yes.
I just,
Oh,
look amazing,
yes.
and I
Put the
love her
vibes out there.
so much. I don't think we will see her this pay per view, but coming soon to a town near you, SummerSlam, maybe?
It's true.
It's rumored that WWE is going to start maybe traveling now that AEW has
Mm-hmm.
released their statement saying that they're going to start doing traveling shows. And
Mm-hmm.
I know WWE is not going to want to get left behind.
Right.
So maybe what's a bigger draw than Becky Lynch?
That is true. I'm
No.
so ready for her to come back. Also, Seth Rollins, a little Instagram for her for Mother's Day. Oh, so
How
sweet.
how
So
cute.
sweet. I need
And then
more baby
she
photos with
commented
Becky.
she commented like I love you. And I'm like, "Oh my God, this is the couple that I need in my life."
Oh, the drip drip from my eyes because I'm crying.
We are here with the puns today.
I know. The puns are strong with us right now.
Yes.
So we've got a triple threat match for the Raw Women's title with Charlotte, Asuka, and Rhea Ripley. So Charlotte got added, I guess, last minute by Sonya Deville.
Mhm.
She's not a stranger to triple threats. So what are your instant thoughts about this match?
I'm interested to see where the Charlotte Sonya thing is going to go because Sonya has just been on Charlotte's side for the past couple weeks. And
Mm-hmm.
we know Charlotte right now is a very strong heel. So I'm wondering like if maybe Sonya's going to like treat Charlotte like Roman, which would make sense, right? Because Charlotte is like at the top of
Yes.
the division. But her
Mm-hmm.
getting added to this triple threat match, I know Rhea was so unhappy. She's like, she didn't earn it. She didn't deserve it. And I'm like, girl, you know how you got your WrestleMania match? You just came into the ring and asked for one. Like,
Right?
it's a double
Exactly.
standard here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because when we saw Rhea and Asuka go up against each other after WrestleMania, there wasn't a winner because Charlotte interfered.
Yeah.
And whoo, that foot to the face to both of them. I
Jeez,
felt that.
I could never be able to take a hit like that.
No,
I'm
not
such
with
a chicken.
ooh. Yeah. Oh no, me too. I don't think I could take a bump to save my life.
No, I'd be so dramatic too if as soon as I
Yep,
could,
yes.
no, just a stretcher, please take me out right now.
Yes, which speaking of, during the throwback SmackDown, they showed, I can't remember what year it was when the ring collapsed. Oh, it was Brock
Yes,
Lesnar and Big Show.
yes.
Oh, I would have been that ref because the ref was like trying to sell it so hard, like, oh
Yes.
my God.
Like, this is the biggest thing that's ever happened.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so funny. But I'm looking forward to this match. You know, we've got Asuka. She lost the title to Rhea, and then obviously Charlotte took Rhea's NXT title. You know, a couple of years. I guess that was 2019.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I agree with Becky possibly coming back at SummerSlam. That would probably be a bigger deal. And Raw needs some freshness added to
Yes.
spice things up, you know? Or
We need
maybe
that little bit of spice right now. We need the
right.
TikTok spice.
Exactly. And I'm wondering, I was like, maybe we'll see Alexa and Lily will do something crazy.
Oh, I would like that too. That's something
Yes.
different.
Yes, yeah, because they need to mix up the Alexa and Lily thing. Although it is funny seeing Lily in the background of different photos and scenes.
She just cracks me up. Like
I
I
know.
this storyline right now has just gone off the
I know
rails.
it
Like
has.
I don't even know what to expect.
Exactly. And that kind of makes it more fun, you know. And I did see, I think it was Bleacher Report was predicting that Charlotte is going to win this match.
Mhm.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
want Rhea to retain. But I don't know. Who do you see winning this one?
That would be so sad if Rhea lost her
I
championship to
know.
Charlotte. Like it would be WrestleMania all over again, like from last year. Like
Mhm.
I think Rhea needs to keep it. You guys
Yes.
are trying to sell her as like the real deal, right? So why
Mhm.
not continue to push her and just build more people? I know we got other women on Raw who could also be built and push towards Rhea. But I think Charlotte and Asuka would be okay without winning it.
I agree. And speaking of other women on Raw, we've got Eva Marie, who's back. I don't, to be honest, I don't know much about her. I think it was the period of wrestling I wasn't watching.
Did you
Um,
watch Total Divas?
oh, yes, I did watch Total Divas, and I kind of remember her on that.
She was, like, being sold very hard on Total
Oh.
Divas, and I
Mhm.
remember just thinking like, "Oh my gosh, she's so pretty and she's so beautiful, like, I can't wait to see her wrestle," and
Mhm.
then everyone was so mad because they were like, "Oh, she's a terrible wrestler," and
Yes.
I'm like, "People are so judgy."
I know. I did write down that Mickey James was talking about Eva's return, and she said, even though Eva Marie wasn't a five-star performer inside the ring, her character work as a heel and ability to draw heat from fans still made her a valuable asset. So
Yeah, and
that's
I see
really
that
interesting.
she's not my favorite,
Hmm.
but, like, when she comes out, I'm going to watch her to see, like, what they do with her. They made her do, like,
Hmm.
a promo on top of a car,
I saw
and
that.
I was like it was feeling like a hamburger commercial to me, like
Yes. Oh my
just
gosh.
weird.
That's one of those things, like if, back in the day, like Attitude Era, like WWF wrestling, like watching it with my parents, if that
Yeah,
came on, I'd feel so awkward.
yes,
You
and it was
know?
during Monday Night Raw, it wasn't even like a regular commercial, so I can
Yes.
only imagine what everyone at home was feeling.
I know. And I know, a lot of people aren't happy about this because of obviously Mickey James, Billy Kay, Peyton,
Yeah,
all getting the boot. And then they bring in new talent. But as Mickey James said, that's how it goes. Normally after WrestleMania, people do get the boot and then new talent comes in. So I don't know what they're going to do with her. I know a lot of people are speculating she might manage somebody.
I would hope so, maybe she, like, starts off as a manager and then works her way
Hmm.
back into the ring because we know she was back at NXT for a little bit,
Hmm.
and also NXT got a new ring announcer,
Oh,
so someone who's going to be able to, I guess, change it up a little, but it
yeah.
is sad to think that, they just released a lot of talented women, and then they're
Right.
hiring new women, it's just like, "Oh, man," it
I
stings a
know.
little.
Yeah, yes, it does. It's like, what y'all doing over there?
Yeah.
And another person speculated that maybe Eva Marie would pair up with Sonya and kind of do those kind of duties, and then Sonya might move back
Oh.
into the ring.
I'm here for Sonya going back to wrestling. I
Yes,
miss
me
her.
too, me too. I miss Fire and Desire, to be honest with
Oh,
you.
yes. They worked so well together.
Yes.
I'm not buying these backstage segments of them talking smack to each other. I'm just not.
No, no, especially when, Demandy's Donuts is still a thing, and
Yes,
they're hanging out and being friends. I want to see the friendly side of them.
yes. Even those promos.
Yes. And speaking of tag teams, Nia and Shayna will defend the titles this week on SmackDown against Tamina and Natalia. So, do you see some future new women tag teams
Honestly,
winners?
I do. This week though,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I think people are so behind Tamina right now, and
Yeah.
I think finally WWE is seeing it, the potential that this tag team is actually working because they put Natty with a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
and it just hasn't hit the same. I feel like Natty and Tamina is definitely something different, and I don't know if it's because they've been in WWE for so long that you
Mm-hmm.
just know like you have to respect them. But I would hope that again, maybe coming around SummerSlam, like things would start to build and happen for them because I do think they deserve the titles.
Absolutely. And I wonder if after that match on Friday, if on Sunday there will be a women's tag team championship match, or are they
Yeah,
just gonna forget about it? I don't
just
know.
gonna be like, never mind.
Yeah, I would love to see the Riot Squad back at it again, but I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Oh man,
I love them so much.
they're so good.
I know. So let's see. I've got a little bit of news to share with you. We did already mention AEW's returning to live touring, which is so exciting. And then Double or Nothing is May 30th. So we'll see Sheeta versus Dr. Britt Baker. And I think we're going to have a new champion.
Oh, I am praying. I'm gonna light all my candles. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to buy some like rose quartz or something. I don't know anything about
Yes,
gods, but I'm sure like that has to do something.
exactly.
And I'm gonna just put all my positive vibes out there into Britt Baker as the
Hmm.
AEW Women's Champion.
DMD. I'm feeling
Yes.
it. Oh, so exciting. And also, Fight TV will be airing a Hana Kimura memorial episode, and I believe that's May 22nd or May 23rd. It's one of those days to celebrate her life because it's been 1 year since her passing. So mark your calendar for that.
Really watch that.
Yeah, for sure. And that's all I have right now. Iridian, what are you looking forward to this week? It can be
Oh
wrestling or
my
anything.
goodness.
Oh my
So
goodness.
on NXT, we saw new women's tag team champions,
Yes.
and Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell are now reigning supreme. And I'm ready for Dexter Loomis to propose now that Indy has a title. So that's what I'm looking
Yes.
forward to, and engagements.
Yes, for sure. I'm looking forward to AEW this week after Blood and Guts last week
Oh,
because
how crazy was
wow,
that?
that was wild. And I know a lot of people were freaking out about the end and Jericho, and like you can see all the soft padding under
People are
his.
so dramatic. I struggle if I trip walking up the stairs, okay? Jericho got thrown off like 50 feet, 50 feet to the floor.
Exactly.
Oh god.
Like you could have thrown me in a foam pit and I would have
I would've been
like
like,
been
"Ow."
scared to death. Yeah, exactly. Yes, that was wild. And needless to say, I just why am I having a brain fart here? Santana and Ortiz were awesome.
Yes, and you
And
guys have to talk to them.
man, I know I've got like a huge crush on both of them now. Oh my gosh. I told my mom, I was like, I've got to get a Born Nasty shirt now.
Yes. I'm just obligated to do it now.
I know, I just have to.
Yeah.
Well, fabulous. That's a short and sweet little episode there for us. But WWE Backlash is this Sunday, so add us on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and give us y'all's predictions because we want to know. So let's drop the socials.
You can follow me at Rust Friends on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find my bio. We have our link tree on my profile and on Teddy's profile. And you can also, again, find our merch at What a Maneuver and everything that's Battleground related. Also at What a Maneuver, because you need those onesies. The babies, you got to start them off young.
That's right. And maybe don't get white, the color
Yeah,
white.
you know what? That's why you buy multiple. You got to get more than
Exact. Right? Okay. I was going to say, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm a dog mom, so. You can find me at Lana Del Beer on Instagram and Twitter, at Battleground Podcast on Instagram, at Battleground IHR on Twitter. And as always, that's the bottom line, because the Battle Gal said so.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Battleground Podcast. Make sure you give it 5 stars and a nice review. To stay up to date with the show, follow them at Battleground Podcast on Instagram.